How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and it seems the Diablo fiasco is not ending. It seems the DDoS is still ongoing and the servers are being hammered by just idiots trying to ruin everyone's time in playing the game. Now, hopefully they can get this sorted soon, because it's no fun. People have their weekends, they just want to game and they're unable to game because idiots decide that on their free time on a weekend they're gonna they're not hurting the company, they're hurting the players. At the end of the day, the company's got the money, they don't care. It's an always online game, so as far as they're concerned, they've released a statement saying we are being attacked. There's literally nothing we can do about it. We can try to minimize it and try and get things working, and they have for the most part, but latency is going to be a thing. And for those people that are on hardcore mode, well, they literally can't play anyway because the latency will murder them. So all these people are doing is hurting the actual players. Why they want to hurt the players? Who knows? It sounds stupid. But there is a bigger problem going around the Diablo community right now, and it's the one Paul Tassi is talking about. Now, I personally don't agree with him, and a bunch of others don't either, but I do get his point. Now, there are a bunch of super rare items in the game, and I'll show you which ones they are right now. It's these ones here. So as you can see, if I click on them, you've got a Doombringer, the Grandfather, you got the Harlequin Crest. Let's see. Melter Heart of Slug. Yeah, my eyes at the moment are really bad, chat, because of just the weather change. Ring of Starless Series and Anadrael's Visage. So these 8 items are ultra rare. They have like a 0.00001% chance of dropping, and a few people have got them. In fact, one of my friends actually got one and accidentally broke it, and he's kicking himself really hard right now, ain't you? If you're watching this, you know who you are. I'm not gonna name and shame you because that's being a bit harsh. You've already suffered enough by accidentally breaking one of the rarest items in the game. So but the question remains: is should these items exist? Should these items, where only a extreme minority within the community have a chance of getting them? Now, there's no real way of upping your chance to get this. It is literally a lottery chance of getting it. It's luck of the draw. You could get it on your first kill, you can get it on your 5 millionth kill, or you could never get it at all. It is literally the luck of the draw, and the question is, should these sort of items exist? Now, as far as Diablo veterans are concerned, these have been a staple in the game and give people aspiration to keep going back into that content to try and find this content, to try and find this loot. It keeps them going back, and as far as they're concerned, they're happy with it, they're okay with it. Of course, you have the other camp who says, we don't understand why it's such a low drop rate. Why would you put something into the game that is so rare that there is a good chance that no one will ever find it? I think like 4 or 5 people now have found it in total, but there's a good chance that no one ever will find it because of the, just a sheer reduction, drop rate chance. It's so minuscule that it might as well not exist. Now, I'm on the belief that certain things that are ultra rare should exist. It gives you reason to go in and continue trying to get that item, and at least you are trying to get something that is in the game and it's ultra rare, and it just keeps you going back. And if you do get it, happy days, because it's going to make the world of difference to your build. It's going to make the world of difference to your class. At least hopefully you can actually use it. I haven't really looked at the stats of these items, but one would want to hope that they work across the thing. I've seen only one where it reduces like your cooldown by crazy amounts. It also gives you mastery ranks plus 24 and then another plus 5 on top of that. So it's a really nice piece, but should they exist? I'm on the belief that they should, and I don't think, I get that people can farm for these and never get them, and it sucks. It really does. It truly, truly sucks. But it's not designed for everyone. That content that's there, that loot, isn't designed for everyone. It's not designed for everyone to get it. And I think people don't understand that, or find that concept difficult to understand in this day and age. I used to play an MMO called Final Fantasy XI. I still want to play it, but I just don't have the time anymore. But the drop rates in that game were really low. Like the defending ring had like a 5% chance compared to the other item that could drop from that notorious monster, which had a 95% chance. And, you know, I know people that went 5 years without getting the defending ring and it finally dropping. And they were doing that content daily. And it just wasn't dropping. They kept on getting the pixie earring. But when they finally got that defending earring, they were over the moon. It was like Christmas came early. It was all their dreams in one, because that item was just that lucrative. And I think, you know, having that sort of aspiration weapon is good in a game. In Destiny, when you finally got your Galahorn, that is a moment you will remember for the rest of your life. Like when I got my first Galahorn in Destiny 1, not Destiny 2 because you had to pay for it in Destiny 2, but in Destiny 1, outside of the first week where Zer was actually selling it and no one really understood its value, I grinded, I think, 18 months doing the raids on all 3 characters every week, doing the Nightfalls every week on all 3 characters. For 18 months I did it, and then finally, just randomly, out of the blue, it dropped from Iron Banner. When that beautiful screen came out from D1 at the end of that Iron Banner round, and it went ding, 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 boom, and we saw it, I screamed. It was one of those, and I remember because my son was there as well. We were joyous. Everyone on chat was cheering. It was almost like a mini celebration that we just magically achieved, but it was just a random drop. But it didn't matter because getting that item was such an achievement in itself that it was a special, unique moment to celebrate. I think more games need those sort of items. You know, those items where you had to be there to experience the joy of getting that drop, of hearing that person on mic exclaim that just through sheer joy and ecstasy of getting something so rare that it's gonna, you know, make or break it's gonna completely change or make their build. And you know, I think this is a good thing. I don't see this as a bad thing. I think it's a fantastic thing, and it's not it's not like the current system in Destiny 2 where everything is now fabricated to be FOMO. You have to be there to experience this kind of thing. No, this isn't FOMO at all. This is you just doing the content on your own or with your friends, and then boom, when it drops, everyone will know it dropped, right? Everyone there will know, because there is no way you're going to contain your excitement when you see it. It's impossible that you're going to contain your excitement when you see it. It just is. And that's the joy that comes from things like this. I don't feel like everyone is entitled to gain like certain items. I think certain items are for exclusive. Now, I get people are saying, well, I paid for the game, so I should get access to everything. It doesn't work like that. The entitlement that is there for people is crazy. It just doesn't work like that. It never worked like that in the past, and it doesn't work like that now. I know companies are trying to cater for you, and I know companies are trying to coddle you, but the reality is there are just certain pieces of content, like in Final Fantasy XIV with the ultimate challenges, the ultimate raids, they're designed for the top 1%. There are just certain items in the game that sometimes you just won't get, and you're not entitled to it. But what I want to know is what your thoughts are on this. Do you feel that this sort of equipment should be in the game? Do you feel like this sort of equipment, like let's see if we can get some stats. We've got 1,045 maximum life. We've got 25 all stats, and then you gain a 13% damage reduction. In addition, gain 4 ranks to all skills. This one over here, 12 all stats, 16.5% core damage, 22% damage while healthy, 9.5% resource generation, which is nice. Gain 30% maximum resource. In addition, when you take damage, drain 6 resource for every 1% of life you would have lost. I think like the stats on these are crazy, right? They're crazy. And I think that having this sort of loot, aspirational loot, that you can basically go and search for and farm your heart out and hope to get lucky to get the drop, should exist. And for me, it's a good thing for the game, not a bad thing. You let me know in the comment section below what you think, if this is a good, bad. Let's have that discussion. Love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Remain legend.